Hi and welcome to this DCP Word tutorial. In today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to animate images in WordPress using Elementor Pro. Before we start today's tutorial, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get free access to all of my 800 plus video tutorials. Okay, so I'm on my development website. This is a site I'm currently building for my business, but we'll use this as a demo to show you how to animate images in Elementor Pro. So let's go to this WordPress website page. In fact, what we'll do is go to the admin control panel. Let's create a new page. Let's do something from scratch and then you'll learn a little bit along the way. So if we go to pages and we're going to create a new page, and let's just go ahead and call that Animate Images, and we'll just save it as a draft, and then we'll just open it with Elementor. So we're just going to create a new section here. Let's just close this down. We'll create a new section. We'll use the Flexbox, and in here let's just be sensible and add a heading here. And we need to add some padding here, so let's just quickly add some padding like this. Let's set it to like 90, and we'll just give this a quick title. So let's just call it Animate Images, and let's just center that out. So we've got a little title up here. You can kind of see that on my other pages where we've got a little H1 title. And I'm going to go ahead and create a new Flexbox container, and I want to create one with 4 rows. Let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, right? So we'll go ahead and click that, and we've got these 4 rows here, and I want to add some images to these and then animate those images. So let's go ahead and choose the image tool here, and we'll add one image first. So let's just go to the website here. I'm just going to type into the search portfolio because I want to find things for my portfolio. So let's just try and find a few images. Let's take this one for example, and we'll just add that in here. So we've got this little image here. We can now just right click, copy this, and then just right click here and paste it, and that will just speed up adding the image element. So let's click on this one here. We'll switch it to something else. Let's have a look. We'll use this image here. It doesn't really matter too much, but I want them to be consistent. So let's see if we can find some consistent images. Let's spell that correctly, and then we'll be able to find this picture here. Let's just copy this, and then we'll just add one more quickly. Let's go ahead and just add this image. It doesn't really matter. So we've got 4 images here. Let's just go ahead and save this, and we'll wait for this to save, and let's just go and view the page. So we can see there's a little title here. Obviously I would add some text, and if you look at something like WordPress, we'll have a title and we'll have like a separator and all that good stuff. But for now we just got a title and these images, and I want to animate these images. So we can slide them in, we can slide them out, we can fade them in, we can do lots of different things. So let's just click on this first picture here, and we'll go to click on this picture, go to advanced, let's go to motion effects, and inside this drop down I'm going to fade it in. I'm going to fade it in fast. So that's the option for this one. So I'm just going to copy this. So I'm going to click on it, click copy, and I'm going to right click on this one and say paste style. Not paste, but paste style. So this one will inherit, or this one will inherit any of the styles that will apply to this one. So we can go ahead and click on this picture, paste style, and then paste style. This is a bit quicker way of doing it. So we click on this picture, and now when we go to the motion effects, we can see it's got fade in already, but I'm going to set it to 200. I'm going to go to this one and set this one to 400, and I'll click on this picture, go to the advanced settings here and set this to, so it's 24, let's set this to 600, and we'll go ahead and save draft. And let's just go to this page and refresh it. Now we can see they animate in, right? Looks pretty cool. So you can imagine you've got loads of different examples of your work. Maybe it's project showcase, whatever it might be. you can just animate them in. So there's lots of other things we can do. We can click on this same picture, and then we can, one thing that I like to use sometimes is the bounce in, but we'll bounce in from the left side. So we're going to bounce in from the left, or we could bounce in from the right actually. So we'll bounce in from the right, this option here. And because we already set our timings, all we need to do is just change the setting in here. So we can do that pretty quick, bounce in from right. And we'll just go here and we'll select bounce in from right. And we'll do it for the final one. Let's try, where is it? Here it is, bounce in from right. So let's go ahead and save the draft. And we can go back here, refresh it, and now they'll all bounce in like this. So that's quite a cool effect as well. So I don't use animation too heavily on my website. I like to use it sparingly. It really depends on what the content is and how you want to emphasize it. And sometimes on mobile devices I don't have the animation working, so maybe I'll only have it on desktop and tablet devices and not have it on mobile phones. So to do that, if we go back and click on the first picture, and if we go back to motion effects, right next to it, it says entrance animation. You can click on here and you can go to tablet, and tablet will always inherit whatever the desktop one was doing, right? But we can go to mobile, and we can say on mobile devices, you can say none. We don't want any animation. So you can click on each one of these pictures separately for the mobile device, and you can see a little icon here, mobile portrait. So if we just set these all to none, then we can stop that animation from happening only on mobile devices. So let's just set this one to none as well, and we'll go here and click save draft. And another way to access the different views for desktop, tablet or mobile is to click on this little responsive option here. So we're down here in the corner, if you click responsive, you can just switch it to the different views for those different devices. So if we go back here and refresh, we can see that the animation still works. If we try and minimize it for like a tablet view, something like this, it should still work. But then when we shrink it down for mobile, and if we refresh, you can see that it's not animated, right? There's no animation here. So it's down to you, you know, it's your choice, it's your website. But mobile devices, I tend not to have too much heavy animation because people are using their phones. It's a bit, you know, it's a bit distracting. But on desktop, because you can see so much on the page, kind of works nicely to have that. But you know, it's kind of optional. So let's just go back and click on this first picture. And just a quick note that you can change the animation duration. So really it's just the speed, it's just one or three options, right? So there's not that much you can do with this, but you could just, you know, make it speed, fast, normal, or slow, one of those three options. So that's really how I animate the images in using Elementor. And you can apply that animation effects to text like I showed you in the previous tutorial. You can apply it to also like buttons and different sort of elements within Elementor. It doesn't have to be an image. You can use that same effect on text and other objects. So let's just show you a couple of websites where I've done that. So this is Ace and Solar. So they do solar panel installations and electrical stuff. And as we scroll down the page, if you remember, I showed you this mouse tilt in the previous tutorial. So if you don't know how to do that, you can check my YouTube channel when I showed you how to do this mouse tilt. Yeah, it's just following the mouse basically and tilting. But as we scroll down, you'll see these logos and they fade in nice like this. So these logos are using that same animation technique we just looked at right now. These are rollovers, so these are little like 3D rollovers for more information. We've got like little SEO content in here, and you know, some good backlinking, internal linking in here. So I can show you how to do that. If you're interested in learning how to do these rollovers, then write a little comment in the YouTube and I'll create something like that as well. These two images just faded, and we just got a little logo slider, some parallax, some more sort of examples of projects completed, a few more rollovers, and then we're down to the footer, right? So it's quite a large page, a lot of good content on this page, optimized for Google search engine. So let's just have a look at a few more sites and we can see what we've done on those projects. So this is Stella Installation, so they do like boiler installation using the Eco4 grant. So quite similar to Ace and Solar, but obviously a different type of service. So as we scroll down, we've got some effects here. Again, we've got the mouse movement based on the position of the mouse, and then we can see these three elements fade in, right? So if I just refresh it, you'll see they'll fade in like this, and that's pretty much about it. We've got a lot of rollovers here, and we've got some other content. Yep, we've got some timers like tickers here for number count, and that's pretty much it, right? I've got this click to reveal, so this stuff here is really good for having content, a lot of content on your page, but then having it only visible when someone interacts with it, and that's good for like SEO as well. So let's look at one more site and then we'll be done. This is Black Singles Matter, so it's a dating website for black people, and if we scroll down the page, you can see I've animated the images in, and I've actually changed the dimension of the image directly in Elementor. So actually this is a square image, and I've put a drop shadow and I've changed the dimensions directly inside of Elementor, so you can actually do that. Okay, so here you can see little flip cards, and here you can see parallax background. So as I move my mouse, it's got some mouse tracking here, which is quite interesting. And that's pretty much it. We've got a little bit of parallax here, and we're good to go. Okay, so let's just go ahead and click on this page. We'll refresh it one more time. That's how you go about animating images using Elementor Pro. If you'd like to have any other tutorials made for WordPress, then by all means comment in the YouTube description, and if I can make that tutorial for you, I will try and do that. That's the end of this tutorial. I look forward to seeing you in the next DCP Web tutorial.